Hey guys, it is Jess. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a tutorial on basically the exterior and floor plan of a one-story home. I tend to not really build one-story homes because I find that they're a little bit harder to make look good. So I thought that I would just put all of my own tips and tricks into a tutorial, and yeah, not doing furnishing in this tutorial simply because I feel like I have a lot of furnishing tutorials. And if you want to check those out, I've linked below the playlist to all of my build tutorials, so you can definitely check them out if you wanted to. So this is just the exterior and the floor plan. So when doing a one-story home, I kind of start off with the main, I guess you could say the main mass of the house. And then I just add in my accents, so, you know, sort of something here, maybe sort of something back here. We could do a little chimney there. I kind of just put them all down first and then just play around with them, seeing how I feel. So I'm kind of thinking maybe something like that. And then sort of looking at it from a different view just to make sure that it all kind of looks good. So far so good. Of course my computer picks right now to freeze. There we go. Alright, it's all good again. I don't know what's up with it right now. But anyway, so that's kind of what we're going to start off with. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the roof on. So this is where the whole making it look interesting comes in. So if we just put kind of the roof on and we kind of go in and we do the roofing as normal. Once again, roofing tutorials is in the description below as well. This is specifically one-story homes. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring that in a little bit so it doesn't look as funny against the roof. So you can kind of go like that, like so. And then actually that needs to come back on more. And then we're gonna put, say, that one there. And I'm going to get rid of that chimney because I've decided I don't like it, but we'll figure something out for there in a minute. And we'll put that one there. Okay, so it doesn't look bad, I don't think, but I think that it could in some ways look better. And it could look a little bit more interesting. So just looking at this right now, actually it's bothering me. I just want to make that more symmetrical. Okay, that's better. That's better. Also, with this large kind of side over here, if you had 2 stories, you could make that look a bit more interesting. So something that I do actually like to do is add in one of the fake chimneys, and kind of just put it there. So it's just, there we go. All right, and we'll fix that up in a minute. But that's kind of a good way to add a bit of something to those sort of 2 large roofing sections, just to make it look a bit different. And then from this view, you have a nice little chimney. So as I was saying, I feel like this is in some ways just a little bit plain. It could look better. So this is what I do when I do one-story homes to make it look a little bit better. I actually put some second-story walls on. We're not going to use them in the house though. We just want this little thing here. And depending on how high this normal roof is, depends how far forward you'd want that to go. So if this roof here was a little bit lower, you might want to have this not coming out as much. But I think that this is really good for the height roof that we have. So I'm gonna put that there. I just said I'm gonna put that there. That was not English in any way, shape or form. I meant to say I'm going to put that there. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna just play around with that. And then I'm gonna put a roof on that. So you have a couple of options. We could do something like this, but we don't really want the roof to be coming up over the top of this roof here. I think it looks a little bit funny. So we can kind of make that a lot lower. So you have that option there, which I really like. I think that that's really cute. But then the other 2 options that I usually use is a half gabled roof, and you can turn it so it's facing outward that way. And just pitch it down quite a bit and have it like that. And then you do also have the other option to flip that around the other way and to kind of have it like that. And we could probably just pitch that up a little bit higher. So you could have it like that, or you could even have it sort of going right up flush with that roof like that. So as you can see, I think that straight away it kind of just adds something to the house really quickly, and it's just that one tiny little thing. So now you don't have all this like roof space. It's just, in my opinion, it looks a lot more interesting. So I'm going to do the same over on the other side over here as well. We're going to do obviously a bit of a smaller roof because we have like a smaller area. So put that down. Sometimes you sort of like, you lose it in the roof a little bit, which is fine because we can just pull that out and put, you know, the walls back up again. So that's on that side. Now, I kind of think it looks cool if you do like this style on the front. You don't necessarily have to do that style on the back. You can change it around. It's up to you. I think that with this house, what we're going to go is maybe if we go in with this roof, but like pitch that down quite a lot. I think that that's what I want to go for. You want there to be like a decent amount of height in between those two, like the top of that roof and the top of that roof. So I think that that's pretty perfect. So I'd go like that, and I am just going to do the same on this side. But as I said, you don't have to keep them the same. You could definitely do them two different types of roofs. I think that it would look cool as well. So, all right, that's our one-story home, and just like a little summary, if you will. Adding these little, I think they're called dormers, but that just kind of makes it so that it looks a bit more interesting even though it's one story. And then adding in a fake chimney here. I'll just show you what it looked like before. So as you could see, there was kind of this big blank wall, there was all this roof, and it just needed something there. So in that case, we can just put in one of our fake little chimneys, and that has really helped with the situation a lot. Now this is one final thing. Again, it is optional. We can put in like a little covered area. So we could do, again with the half gabled roof, we could put something like that in. When this happens here, I usually just, if you click on the roof, there's these side arrows. I just pull that in a little bit so you don't get that annoying clipping. But we can do that. So we'll do that one at the front. And then the other option's pretty simple as well. But sometimes I might go in with like a hipped roof, and it just gives like a slightly different effect. So you will want to sort of pitch that down quite a bit. And then you do sometimes have to pull it right over so it all kind of matches up nicely. But that's another option. It's not working so much in this particular build, but these hipped roofs are really good for like L-shaped balconies and stuff. But I just wanted to show you that anyway. With this house, I am just going to go back in with what we did at the front, and we will kind of turn that around like so, and then just fix that all up. So there we have it, the outside of the house. Now I'm not really going to touch on like windows and stuff. As I said, I feel like I just wanted to focus on a couple things in this particular tutorial, and that was how to make the outside of the house look interesting. In saying that though, you should put windows on these things here. That's just in my opinion, it looks a little bit better. So you'd want to go and put, my computer just keeps on freezing today. I don't actually know what's wrong with it. It's driving me insane. But anyway, just like a smaller kind of window like that really adds to it. So I will just quickly put those in. And then the only other tip for making the outside of the house look interesting is any of these little like jutty outy bits. That's what I call them. Not an official name, but these parts here, if you make them like a different wallpaper to the rest of the house. And then also you could make the whole house one wallpaper, and then just make these little upper bits here a totally different wallpaper as well. So that's just like a couple of options there. And just with any build really, don't forget you've got like your roof trimmings which add to the house, can make it look totally different. And don't forget your roof patterns as well, like so. Also, I forgot to mention at the start, I'm going to be speed building the decoration in this house. So I'm not doing a tutorial on this stuff, but I will be having it in a speed build, so you can still see how this house would come together with furniture and everything. It's just not going to be in a tutorial style. Just quickly adding that in there. All right. Anyway, so let's get to the main part, the floor plan. So when I'm kind of looking at this particular floor plan, and this is sort of with any floor plan where the build is kind of pre-existing, I guess. This is one way to do floor plans. You build the house and then you make the floor plan fit inside. I have in the past done a tutorial where I kind of build the house with the floor plan in mind. Sorry to like keep on being like, description below, but that's what it is, just saying. So for this particular house, what we're going to do is work with what we've got. So I find that I piece it together and I work it together. So we're going to need a front door. That's kind of, you know, a front door and a back door are pretty important to a house. So if we just go in with, for argument's sake, this door here, this door here doesn't fit nicely there, so I'm actually going to go with a 2-tile door. Let's maybe just go with like this one. This one's nice. So that one fits nicely there, and then we can also put a back door somewhere along here. This can be moved easily. So we'll do that there. So we know that at the very least we're going to need some form of entryway here, and that this part of the house over here isn't really going to be able to be a bedroom. It needs to be, you know, a dining room or a living room or some sort of living space. So with that in mind, I can kind of pretty much tell right now that this space in here is living space, because you're going to be able to walk in and move to this part. So we're going to go, that's the living space, or alternatively, something like that right there. Sorry, that's a bit confusing. That this part here is going to need to be the living space. But we just want to map out basically like from the front door to the back door, because they're two things that are pretty much in concrete. So looking at this build, I personally think that having it like this is going to work best, because then off there I can say, okay, put a couple of bedrooms here. I think that these are pretty decent sized for bedrooms. We can have a bathroom over here and probably even another bedroom here, a little bit more living space, etc. So working with that plan in mind, we can start to map things out a little bit. So as I said, we're going to kind of walk in here. If we were to put sort of like maybe a kitchen area here, we could have a lounge room here and then like a dining area here. So straight away, we're really starting to just map things out, and it's quite easy. So we could have a study back here. This room's already here, a bathroom there. We do kitchen, lounge room, and we'll make this a dining room. Now, in my opinion, this little dining area is probably a little bit big, so we can extend that out. And then that's a bit of a smaller dining area like that. And then we've got these areas here, and we need to kind of make this into some bedrooms. So I think that it would be probably appropriate to have some sort of little hallway. So if we kind of say that we want to have maybe a master bedroom here, and then a smaller bedroom here, and maybe we say a smaller bedroom here and a bathroom there. Except we're going to probably just change that a little bit so it's not all weirdly shaped. Okay. And then this area here could be a little hallway. So then we can tweak it from there. I can kind of say, all right, well, let's make this room a bit bigger. Maybe make this one like that a little bit more. Let's maybe move around this until we get more of the shape that we're sort of looking for. So have like slightly bigger walking area. So I think that that's probably a good sized bedroom. We could maybe just kind of go like that. And just like that, we've actually just done the house. So we've pretty much got our living area here, with the kitchen here. We've got one bathroom there and one bathroom there. We have 3 bedrooms there. And if you wanted to, this here could even be a bedroom, but we're going to make it a study. Or, do you know what? Maybe even make it a bedroom. Because the other thing is that this whole house here is not really like set in concrete. We could very easily extend this out a little bit to make it bigger. And then if that area there, yes, I can't talk today. Like, I actually don't even know what's happening to me right now, but I can't talk. Anyway, this area here could be so much bigger. We can easily change that around and make that like a bedroom instead of a study. But there you go. Like, that's one really simple little floor plan. So what I'm going to do is show you one more floor plan just so that you can kind of understand. I feel like I'm talking to you like I'm a teacher, and I'm not meaning to sound like really patronizing and bossy. I just realized that just then. So I'm sorry, it's not my intention. But we're going to do one more floor plan. So this is kind of like a one house, 2 different floor plans, just to show you that, yeah, you can definitely do different things with this space. So I'm just going to kind of delete all this and then we will start again. So I've deleted all the walls and we'll do another floor plan. So before we had the sort of main living area being, you know, like there. So we're going to do something a little bit different this time. What we'll do is, once again, we know that we need to get from here over to here. So let's change the living area around a little bit and work off the living area being at least in sort of this space here. Okay. So what I'm kind of thinking again is we may as well use this space here a little bit too. And let's maybe cut out that a little bit and just kind of get the main shapes that we're looking for. So we could even cut maybe potentially that out a little bit and have a couple of bedrooms there. If you ever end up with like a weird little bit of space, you can just go like that and just have like an empty square. Like that's totally fine. So we could have, say, 2 bedrooms that go there. And then we could also have, you know, like a master bedroom kind of back here with a little ensuite, which you can put there. Oops. Pardon me, we can put the little ensuite there like so. We could probably, that's probably big enough for an ensuite bedroom. So have like a pretty big bedroom there. We can have like 2 smaller bedrooms here. Then let's have a look. We want to have a downstairs bathroom, so we could put that there and we could then open that up a little bit. So we've got, so far we have the 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, we've got a bathroom ensuite. So now we need to put in kind of like a kitchen area. So I think that a nice kitchen could be back here. So we could actually close that off and have like a nice closed off kitchen in that area there. This is kind of like, you know, an entryway. What we can do is say if we have the kitchen here, so we'll just kind of put in like that so we know that that's the kitchen. I think it would make sense if we had like the dining room here. So we could definitely close that off a little bit. And make this like a little study room. So we could have like a little study there with a nice dining area there. And then we could put our seating area here. And then the rest of this can be just like a little opening walking in area. But again, what we could also do is something like this. Oops. Just slightly change that shape around there a little bit so that that bathroom's a bit different shaped. And still have our sort of living room there. So just as an example, because I feel like this one's like visually a bit harder to look at and get what I'm saying. But we could put sort of some lounges. Say we get like a bigger lounge. You know, get the lounges here like that. So we have like this little lounge area here, and then we can put, you know, a dining table area here, like so. And this is another thing when you're doing your floor plans, just sort of like map out some basic furniture so you know what things are going to sort of look like. The kitchen will probably put, you know, like counters all around there. And then we've got, you know, this little walk-in area here. We could probably put, you know, something like a little extra few couches there or something of the sort. So if I put sort of like the walls up, we could probably put like the TV and stuff there, and you could put, you know, like a plant, and you could put maybe, I don't know, like something sort of decorative over there. And we'll have the bathroom door, say there, as an example. Then this big like master bedroom back here, we could put the door to that one there, like so. And then we've got, you know, these 2 little rooms here. So I think, you know, you could put one door there and just moving that over for the minute. You know, sort of like one door there for that. You could turn that on its side like that. So that's like, you know, that little area there. You've got a little study bit here that you can have. And yeah, so that's kind of, once again, a totally different floor plan, but for the same house. So I hope that that sort of made sense, and I hope that that helped you out a little bit, kind of knowing what to put where, or gave you some ideas and stuff. If you want any more tutorials, I'm always happy to make requests. Just let me know in the comments below. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that it's helped, and I hope to catch you all in another video. Bye everybody.